Welcome to this week's edition of the CHS Weekly Report. This week my guests are members of Chesterton High School's newspaper, the Sandscript. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hello.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
First, can you introduce yourselves and tell us what grade you're in?
Hi, I'm Linnea Sundquist, and I'm a senior this year.
I am Shayani Hall, and I'm also a senior this year.
I'm Brody Mailing. I'm also a senior this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Audrey White, and you guessed it, I'm a senior.
I'm Grace Stockhausen, and I am, again, a senior.
Great. And how long have you guys been writing for the Sandscript?
This is my third year writing for the Sandscript.
This is my first year writing for the Sandscript.
Cool.
This is my second year writing for the Sandscript.
This is my third year writing for the Sandscript.
This is my fourth year writing for the Sandscript.
Ooh, okay. And are any of you involved with any clubs or activities at CHS besides the newspaper?
I am a part of the winter play for a theater.
Okay.
I am a part of show choir. I do drifters and sandpipers.
I run track.
I am a student government senator. I am a member of National Honor Society, and I am also a member of the CHS Gold Standard Club.
I am in the Chesterton Show Choir. I'm in the Sandpipers.
Okay, cool. Who is the staff sponsor of the newspaper?
Mr. Lukács.
Yeah, Mr. Lukács.
And can you tell us a little bit about Mr. Lukács's teaching style? How do you guys find Mr. Lukács?
Well, Mr. Lukács, it's more of like a student-led class. Audrey and I are the, co-editors-in-chief. He's like the editor. He's the big boss man. He looks over everything. Yeah, director. He looks over everything. He makes sure that, everything's good to go, so nothing, that goes onto our site could come back and, bite us. But, other than that, it's mostly a student-led class that Audrey and I run.
And can you tell us a fun fact about the Sandscript? Has it ever gone by a different name?
Yes. So there have been a few name changes since the Sandscript has been around, but one that comes to mind is the Scoop.
Okay. And what do you guys like best about being part of the Sandscript?
So, being part of the Sandscript lets me write about sports. That's pretty much all I write about. I just write about sports, and I love sports, so being able to write about the school sports is pretty cool.
Another venue.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, writing for the Sandscript is almost like a little outlet, especially with opinions articles. It gives me a way to show my opinion. I'm not going to say free of judgment because people could totally judge me, but it's like a way out almost.
I would say for me is that I love writing about things I care about, and so I think this class is definitely a really good way to express your opinions and express what you stand for and just do something that you love.
Okay.
I love writing for the Sandscript because as someone who is shy, I feel like it's really nice to meet a lot of different people and to learn a lot about different events going on. So it helps me to stay more connected with things happening in our school.
I like writing for the Sandscript because not only does it cultivate future interests and skills that I'll be using later on in life, like personal communication and fact checking, I guess, stuff like that. But it's also just really fun. I kind of feel like Rory Gilmore whenever I step in newspaper class, Yale Daily News, whatever.
Okay, so why and how do you sign up to be part of the newspaper?
Oh,
Or
okay.
why did you do it, and then how does it happen?
So you sign up, before the next school year starts, you just sign up as a regular class, and I do think we still if anyone wants to switch into it, we still
We do
people, right?
switches, but next year, I believe, starting, you have to have a journalism prerequisite, which was what was happened before, but it got cut after the 2020 COVID year, I think. But now, starting again next year, you have to have a journalism class done, and you have to maintain above a C in your English class to stay in the Sandscript.
How many levels of journalism is there at CHS?
I think there's just one.
Just one? Just journalism, and then you have the option of taking newspaper?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Okay. What software do you use to make the Sandscript?
Snow sites. I don't exactly know what it is, but it's just where we log in, we publish our stories, and that's where the site is created. And then there's our interface where we see the logistics, and then there's the pretty thing that people see when they read it.
The output, the real thing. Okay, cool. And then can you tell us from the beginning of an issue to the day that it is released, tell us about the process of putting out an issue of Sandscript.
So we don't do physical publications anymore. We just have the online publication. So the process goes is Gray and I will do an idea board in class. So we just ask everyone to contribute an idea of different articles that can be written. So once those are given out, people have specific due dates that are personal to the timeliness of the article that they have chosen or have been given. So after that, once you have written an article and you have finished it, you send it to your sub-editor. So we have news, features, opinions, entertainment, sports, and then also Ask Aaron, which is mixed in with opinions, which is our advice column. So once your sub-editor has made any changes that need to be made, and it's good to go, then the writer sends it to Mr. Lukács, or if he's not here, sends it to Gray or me. And then, once it's all good to go, you just publish it on the website, and then it's there instantaneously.
And so we know we have sports, but what other topics of CHS life do you guys cover?
We have our feature section, which is basically anything CHS that isn't sports. So show choir, speech and debate, musicals, anything of that nature we cover for the school that isn't, because if it's sports, obviously it goes to the sports section, but pretty much anything you can think of that's school related.
And then Audrey, Gray, do you assign them to your staff members or?
No. So idea boards, it's kind of people throw ideas out there, and then everybody has an opportunity to pick the articles that they want. Okay, and then articles that are left over, they will get assigned to people because, stuff needs to be covered.
How much time do you guys spend per issue working on the Sandscript?
Per article?
Yes, total,
per quarter.
Is it one per quarter?
Well, no, because since it's online, we publish articles any day, every day, basically.
Oh,
so at any time,
I see.
We can upload articles onto the website, and it'll immediately be there.
Okay, cool. Okay, well then that makes sense.
Yeah.
And do any of you guys plan on going to journalism after you graduate?
I do.
Audrey does?
I do as well.
Okay. You guys are seniors. Do you guys have where you're going, all mapped out yet?
I'm really interested in Ball State. I'm still, trying, I still need to, fill out all my application stuff, but Ball State seems pretty interesting for me.
I'm hoping to go to Valpo University.
Cool. And what about the rest of you guys? Do you guys know where you're going to school? Do you guys know what you want to study?
Yep.
Yes, I would love to attend IU Bloomington to study dentistry.
Oh, cool.
I'm between Wabash and Butler. And I want to study international business.
I'm going to Purdue to study horticulture and business.
Okay, cool. Do you guys have any sort of relationship with the yearbook? Does anyone do both? Are you guys kind of a team or no?
Well, we used to have a pretend rivalry, one could say, and that was just started from Miss Janjacek and Mr. Lukács. But we're kind of buddies in the sense that any pictures that we don't get for any events or whatever, we will contact the yearbook and be like, hey, you guys have anything that we can use, please? Because we need pictures for our articles. And we help each other out time to time, but I don't think anybody does both at the same time. That would be that would be a lot.
And then can you tell us all of the different roles of the Sandscript? We have the editors-in-chief here. What are your jobs? And then what are some of the other jobs on your newspaper staff?
Okay, so for what Gray and I do as co-editors-in-chief is we just kind of oversee the day-to-day operations. So like we mentioned before, we are in charge of doing the idea board. We are also in charge of just making sure people are getting their articles due on time, and if they're not, we talk to them and try and figure out what is going on to make sure everything is running smoothly. We also plan a lot of parties. We like to eat a lot. So in our class right now, we have someone who is a really skilled baker. So we're enjoying a lot of treats. Besides that, I mean, yeah, we also write our own articles. Each quarter right now, I think the rule is we have to write 6 articles.
One from each section.
Yeah, one from each section. So we're still, like, that's still our responsibility as well. So, yeah.
Okay.
So I am a sub-editor for sports. So basically all sports articles that anybody writes, I just have to edit them, which I'm usually the one writing them. So I just send them straight to Mr. Lukács.
How many people are on the newspaper? How many people are doing those articles?
So I think that there's like a total of maybe, I would say anywhere from, I don't really have an exact number, but I know Mr. Lukács told me like 14 to 16 people are in the Sandscript right now.
Okay.
So minus 2 of however many, because Audrey and I are the editors or whatever.
Okay. Have you guys written any articles that you are particularly proud of that have been published in the Sandscript?
I just wrote about the Valpo game, the Chesterton Valpo football game, and I like incorporating humor into my articles sometimes, and so I compared our fans to Bears fans because we're both not doing so hot.
Yikes.
So I'm the entertainment editor, so like I'm very passionate about movies and TV shows, and I love sharing my opinions on like what I've watched. So I wrote a The Last of Us TV show review article last year, and I was really proud of that one. But some of my future articles where I get to interview specific students for something that they've done in the school, I'm usually really proud of those as well. I just finished an article about a student here who just got a job as a makeup artist at Haunted Hills, and I was really proud of that. I was really proud of my interview questions.
Cool.
I would say, since I am a newer writer for the Sandscript, I don't have too many articles, but I would say my favorite that I've done so far was definitely my entertainment article about the top 5 movies from the summer. I think it was very well written and well worded, and I thought it was also pretty entertaining and persuasive to readers to watch said movies.
Okay, cool.
I think about a year ago or so, last school year, I wrote a video game review about a game that I've been waiting 5 years to come out, and I was very proud of it because it was a lengthy review, and I put a lot of effort into it. It made me very happy.
And what was the game?
So it's called Horizon Forbidden West. It's the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. It's wonderful. I could go on about it for hours, but I'm not going to.
Okay. Read the article.
My favorite article I think I've written for the Sandscript is probably my Dune movie review. So I wrote that my first year, and I was just really my first year writing for the paper, and I was just really proud of how complex and I don't know. I was just really excited by the feedback I got from it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Mr. Lukács read it to the entire class and was like, oh, Audrey did such a good job.
I still think about it.
Okay, so Gray touched on this a little bit, but what do you guys think that you're learning as part of your journalism and newspaper class that will be translating to help you in other parts of your life in the future?
Timeliness. Mr. Lukács is very adamant about getting stuff on time. And if you don't, then he'll have a strong-worded chat with you.
For me, I would just say that it makes me a stronger writer. So for future college courses, for future English courses, I have a better understanding of wordplay and certain ways to go about a certain topic. So I think that will definitely help me in the future.
I think for me, I think it's a really good way because I feel like I am constantly trying to be organized and figure out with what Brody said, timeliness. I'm constantly trying to be get my articles done at a certain point. So I think it's a really good way to practice that for future jobs.
Meeting deadlines.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I would say communication because when you have to interview people in newspapers, sometimes it's kind of awkward, but you got to push through and you got to learn from your past interviews and what to do better. And also, like, writing articles, sometimes you get given really boring topics that you can actually make into a really good article if you come at it in a proper way where you combine entertaining aspects of writing with like informative aspects of writing to make a really boring topic into something that you actually want to read and like are happy that you're putting out.
For me, I'd say I've gotten a lot better at multitasking. I tend to take on like a lot of articles, and a lot of times the due dates are very close to each other. So it's taught me like how to manage my time, like kind of how Brody was saying, and then just how to balance all of that.
Do you guys mostly write for the newspaper during your SRT class, or do you spend time outside of school?
I would say I spend more time outside of school for me.
I feel like it's easier to write when I'm not in school. Like in school, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, it's like, it's not a comfortable environment.
Okay.
But like when I get home and I'm like sitting in my chair, I'm like, oh wow, these ideas are flowing. I just need to write right now. Cool.
Okay. Where can you check out the Chesterton High School Sandscript newspaper?
chssandscript.com. So it's CHSSANDSCRIPT.com.
Okay, cool. And then is there anything else you guys wanted to tell us about the Sandscript that we haven't touched on yet?
Yes. So a lot of people don't know that we have an advice column that I mentioned earlier called Ask Aaron. And so we have boxes around the school, in the library, in the AP office, in the counseling office, and in the main office, and also one in Mr. Lukács's room, where people can put anonymous questions into the box, and then Gray or I collect them, and then we answer them, or someone answers them anonymously in our class.
Oh, so Aaron isn't real.
Aaron is fake.
Is not
Aaron
real.
is an idea.
But we are real.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Was Aaron ever a real person?
No. It was just Mr. Lukács.
Okay.
And we have an Instagram page, just the CHS Sandscript, where you can also access a Google form to fill out your Ask Aaron advice that you want to submit. It's completely anonymous, and we have a link in our bio as well, and we sometimes upload it to our story. If you want to check that out.
Then that is going to wrap things up for this week's edition of the CHS Weekly Report. I would like to thank my guests for coming in and meeting with me today. It was great meeting you all, and have a great day and good luck in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.